Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
Hey guys, CloneGuy here, and today we are counting down the top 5 best tanks to sell in World of Tanks console. We're going through my 5 favorite tanks that I'm going to sell in World of Tanks. Now, these are not tanks that I think are the best tanks of the game. These are not tanks that I think are so good I need to sell them because they're just so amazing. I can't handle it. No, these tanks are we'll just say special. And by that I mean toxic and horrible for the game, and I want nothing to do with them. And we're going to count them down. And we have them here. The first one we're going to sell is the T249 Black. This tank was introduced to the game most recently. And it is just an abomination to all things World of Tanks, World War II especially. Put it in Cold War because Cold War is toxic already. And there's no saving Cold War, so you may as well just throw it over there. But they don't. They throw it here, and it can clip you out like that, as you saw from the intro, that bat chat clip when I was at like 94% on my mark of excellence, just about to get 3 marks. Yeah, then one of these comes by and you bounce off of it, and it clips you out, and it can kill you. I actually witnessed one get 4 kills with one of its drums. 4. Absolutely nuts, absolutely crazy. And so we are going to be selling this tank. Let's see how much we get for it. 5 million credits. I love some money in the morning. Get out of here. Don't come back. Be gone. Alright, moving on. We're going to go to the left this time to the Ruthless, a tank which, you know, it's less than toxic compared to the other ones on this list. However, the idea behind it is really what triggers me. The Ruthless took the T110E4 turret and gave it a 183 gun. And what's funny, and why it's so toxic, is because, first of all, this was behind a paywall, a cheap paywall, so everybody could have it, you know, without having to grind. You never had to grind the 4005 to actually get this tank, unlike most mercenary tanks, where you would actually have to grind for it. You just bought it out, done. But they had just buffed the T110E4 turret, and people were complaining that it was too good, and then on the other side, people still complain about the 4005 and its ability to one-shot and how big its gun is and how annoying it is. I don't think it's that annoying. However, they took those complaints, merged them into one, and released the Ruthless. In your face, gamers. We don't care about you. Oh, you have a complaint? Let's roll it up and give it right back to you. But worse. So we're going to be selling the Ruthless now. And let's see how much we get from this. Only 4.5 million credits. But you know what? Money is money. Get rid of it. Get it out of my garage. Goodbye. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. Moving on now is one that was super annoying when it came out. And it just did not fit the aesthetic feel of the game. It's a Warhammer tank. The Leman Russ. And I think Warhammer could have its own game mode or own event, kind of like the Christmas mode going on right now. I think that would be a whole lot more fun. But no. What they decided to do was release it into World War II, an abomination of a vehicle that looks awful and has no weak spots. It does, but it doesn't. Its armor is so random that it's like, oh, it does have weak spots, CloneGuy, it does have weak spots. Yeah, that you need 280 millimeters of penetration to go through. That's not a weak spot. If you have to load premium rounds to go through a weak spot, it's not a weak spot. And that's this tank. This tank's win rate is so high, and it's so ugly, that it's just like, no, it's gotta go. And so we are getting rid of the Leman Russ. It is 4.5 million credits to our garage. And number 2, because we're counting down, I don't know if we were counting up before, but we're counting down now. Number 2 is the Rogel Dorn. Basically the same tank, but bigger. More armor. And almost a 60% win rate across the board. You heard me right. This tank nets you 60% wins by being a Joe average player. It is so lazy, so boring. It blocks damage. If that's all it did, and it had a cruddy gun kind of like the mouse, it might be okay. But it doesn't. It has 2 guns, One of them is an autoloader with 185 millimeters of penetration and 240 alpha. That does actual damage. And then, guess what? You also have a gun that does 700 alpha. Or you can use the other turret, which has 2 guns that do 560 alpha each. That you can double tap. Oh my goodness, this tank is cancer. And, yeah. Again, armor, dumb proof armor. Even sideways, you bounce off of this tank. And it's tall, so the cupolas are hard to hit. And it has a gun that does damage. It's a dummy-proof tank. The mouse cries, the E100 cries, because they're just inferior tanks to this. So we're selling it, getting rid of it. It's toxic, should not be in the game. And it's gonna net us 5 million juicy credits. Last, but certainly the most least, other than the first one we did, I think that's the worst at the moment, is a tank that again was behind a paywall, kind of, where if you bought the season pass and you ground the 100 levels, which is easy to do, you had like 3.5 months to do it, you would get yourself a tier 10. The tier 10 Avery. And everyone got the Avery. And to balance the Avery, instead of nerfing it or doing anything to it to change it, they just said, okay, if there's one on one team, then there'll be one on the other. So you're screwed. You don't even get to have a break. Like, oh, phew, there's an Avery on my team and none on the other. Okay, cool, I get to have a break. No. Oh, crud, there's an Avery on my team. That means there's one on the other. Oh, there's 3 on my team. That means there's 3 on the other. That's how they balanced it. And so now they look at the tank and they go, hey, it's got a 50% win rate. It's perfect. It's got a 50% win rate because you always have 3 on each team. It's never mismatched. I got it. That's what happens if you talk quickly. It's never mismatched. And, yeah, so they didn't balance it. That's not a balance. Because now you're what? You think, okay, cool, Avery's on each team. Maybe they go head-to-head against each other. No, they're not going to go head-to-head against each other. They avoid each other. They know, I don't want to fight the Avery. The Avery doesn't want to fight me. I'm just going to go this way. He'll go that way. And we'll meet in the middle at some point. So I kill your team. You kill my team. It'll be fun. And you're like, but CloneGuy, who cares? Who cares? 185 millimeters of penetration on its Hesh. Standard. 1,400 damage. 1,400. And if you don't pen, you do 600. It's better than the Death Star, basically. And then you have 240 Hesh on your premium with 1,100 alpha, and you have an impenetrable shovel, and your lower plate is also blocked, and your turret is blocked, but it doesn't have gun depression over the front. That's the balancing point. No gun depression over the front, CloneGuy. Yeah, okay, sure. You win every trade with this tank, and guess what? Things bounce off of you. And if you manage to find a ridgeline and you can go sideways, you have 10 degrees of gun depression and a Centurion armor, a Centurion turret. So really, really good. It's just broken. I think I had a video, top 7 most toxic tanks in World of Tanks, and I pulled this out to 9,000 damage, literally just for the video. I pulled that out just for the video. Never again. It is getting out of my garage. 4.5 million credits. Yes, please. Thank you very much. I will take that. Goodbye and good riddance. We're up to 46 million credits. How beautiful is that? That is what I would rather have, because those are tanks I will not play, and I don't want in my garage. They don't deserve to be in the game, and hopefully maybe I can set an example for some players. I hate the whole saying, if you can't beat them, join them. You are the problem. You are the problem. Because if enough people didn't join them, because there are whales, if enough people didn't join the whales, guess what? Wargaming would notice. Enough of this, if you can't beat them, join them. If you have a brain, don't join them. It's that simple. But yeah, there we go. They're gone. And I have money. And now I can buy some Tech Tree tanks. I'm excited to buy some Tech Tree tanks. Let's go! We'll go on a spending spree soon. Also, live stream on Friday. It'll probably be with some content creators in the evening, 2 hours as usual. I think we usually start at 7 my time. So I think that's 8 o'clock. Yeah, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And then on Saturday, the 21st, we are having the Christmas live stream. Nice and big, nice and fun. All sorts of content creators will be joining in. Maybe even Spartan Elite, but maybe not. I'm asking him, but we'll see. Don't hold your breath. Don't hold your breath. But I did gift him a tank. I gifted him the Object 283. So if he does, if you show up, Spartan, you've got a new tank in your garage. You probably won't like, because you don't like rear mounted, but that's okay. And yeah, we'll be starting that stream at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we'll be going probably about 6 hours, so from 3 to 9. It's a good little chunk, and it's a Christmas live stream. We'll be having fun with viewers, having fun with other content creators, and just bringing the community together. That's it. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, slap that like button, comment, subscribe, and make sure you go sell your toxic tanks. You don't have to. You really don't. This is just what I'm doing, so just so you know. That's it. Yeah. Okay, bye!